Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is a profile on Dr. CTucker, who is the president of the National Political Congress, National Congress of Black Women. In addition, she is also the president of the Bethune-Du Bois Fund, as well as a member of the Board of Trustees for the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. And Dr. Tucker, let me welcome you to the show this morning.
Thank you very much. It's good to be with you.
Dr. Tucker, I think that there are so many areas that we can talk about in dealing with your life and career. I think that it's well known that you marched with Dr. Martin Luther King in 1963, that you've played a very, very significant role in politics in Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania, your home state, and et cetera. But let's have you to give us some information about your background and your education, and to highlight some of the things that you think that our audience ought to be interested in this morning about your profile, and then we'll talk about some of the activities that you're involved in.
Well, first of all, I came from a very devout and committed family, first, teaching us to have faith in God. My father and mother both came from the Bahama Islands, a little island called Tarpon Bay, Eleuthera. And my father came to this country with his brothers to be missionaries on their way to Africa, but they told me when they got to Harlem, they found Africa. So they stayed here in America, and my father became a minister of a church in Philadelphia, and his brothers went to other areas and developed church work, bringing the message of God to our young people particularly. And so I grew up in that home in a family of 11. And of course my mother, though my father said God would take care of our needs, she felt he needed a little help. So she became a sort of Christian feminist, trying to provide jobs, opening up an employment agency, a grocery store, and doing other things, but not only helping her family, but also helping a lot of the people that would be coming from the South and needed housing and food and care and that kind of thing. So I came up with this understanding that we are here for a purpose, that when someone asks God what is required of them, Malachi, the message was to do good, to love mercy, and to walk with God. And so that is the nurturing that we had, and so we were taught to serve. I grew up in the church. I became an organist, the choir director, and then there was a young lawyer by the name of A. Leon Higginbotham, who became a famed jurist, that came to me and said, I need you to help me with the NAACP. He became president, and so he asked me to help him to raise funds, and so I became the Freedom Fund chair, and then raised the funds to help in the struggle at that time. I went to Temple University. I then went to take some graduate courses at the University of Penn, and then I eventually got married. I married a young man that was involved in real estate and business, and then I became involved out of the movement with A. Leon Higginbotham and the NAACP into the struggle with Dr. King. When I heard that Rosa Parks sat on a bus and that there was a struggle going on in the South, I felt that even though I was involved with the NAACP, that I had to go to the South and march with Dr. King and help in the struggle.